this, a man injecting some sort of chemical through the bottom of their door into their home.
Let this video be a stark reminder of the sinfulness that lies in the heart of every man.
Our new tonight here at 10 o'clock, a pretty incredible story of a family of three wondering why their baby daughter kept getting sick and why they had a strange odor in their home. Was it their apartment? Was it the water? Well, when they saw this, a man injecting some sort of chemical through the bottom of their door into their home, they knew their lives could be in jeopardy. Fox 13's Janae Lewis is here with us in studio tonight with this story. Janae, we're speechless here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hard to watch that video and not feel any other way. The family says the excitement they had of moving into their new home quickly turned into terror, and you saw why. As a frustrated neighbor took his concerns too far, now they're afraid to be inside that very home.
It is extremely scary.
Umar Abdullah says it's very difficult to talk about the last few months. He says it started with complaints from a downstairs neighbor over noise.
So after my daughter was born in August last year, his complaint, like footstep complaint, drawer closing.
But escalated to this.
I installed a hidden camera outside because we were suspecting someone is basically tampering our place from outside. And then we caught our neighbor injecting something through our door.
He says a friend noticed an unusual chemical odor in their home in May. They checked the appliances, hoping to determine the source of the smell, but couldn't. A month later, Umar says his eyes started to burn and his daughter was coughing and throwing up. He says the smell had returned, so he checked the water heater nearby, finding a strong odor.
I mean, it's really crazy to think that somebody would go to that extremes to try to drive them out of the house, I'm assuming, to try to get them to move out of their apartment or a condo, whatever it is, simply because they were making what he believed to be too much noise. Pretty crazy.
I was bending down. I sniffed all through that place. And
after replacing it, Umar says the odor and discomfort returned. This is when he set up the hidden camera.
On June 27th, I found that our neighbor is coming with a syringe. You know, he's pulling something from a vial and then he's injecting through our entry door. Found that incident on the camera. Probably after a few days, we might have been just dead.
He called police, and records show Zooming Lee was arrested and charged with multiple counts of battery and possession of a controlled substance. The report.
Let me back that up and look at those charges here. Aggravated stalking, possession of a controlled substance, battery on Leo, law enforcement officer. I guess maybe he was resisting arrest when they tried to take him into custody. Wow.
A controlled substance. The report identified him as a USF student. A spokesperson from USF says he is no longer enrolled as of this summer. He was a PhD student in the chemistry department.
If people use their knowledge, this extreme knowledge, to harm people, I mean, they can be even more dangerous.
Umar says he was told Zooming is in the process of relocating, but they're still very uneasy, never thinking their home would become a place they now fear.
I can never expect a neighbor. I mean, I can never imagine to expect something like that happen to anyone. I wish no one else would have to go through a situation like this ever in their life.
He's being a bit more peaceful than I would. I know there's not much he can do at that moment, but considering how it was impacting his whole family and considering how his daughter was getting sick, Lord only knows what was in those chemicals and the impact that can have on her long term. And simply the fact that he's simply relocating, that wouldn't be enough for me. I'm really hoping that this guy gets charged and does some serious time, because this is garbage.
Umar says several agencies are now investigating, waiting for final lab reports to determine the exact substance that was injected, but he says they were hazardous chemicals.
Before you go, check out this video. I think you'll find it very helpful.